not having black men on this campus, I guess how it affects this campus is it doesn't really give an image of what black men can do, or like how strong black men are. Like white people or other people don't see that image of a strong black man. Like even if you talk about it or say things about it, or if they learn about it in black studies or whatever, they don't really see it on a day-to-day basis because they see a minimal amount of black men. So to a lot of other people, it looks like they're not doing anything, or they're not anywhere near. So how could you call them, like, say that they're not like moving up or anything? So that's how I think it affects it on this campus.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's a lack of black men on the college campus. I mean, I live on the Black Hall, and as far as I know, there's less than 15 black males in the Black Hall. I think that's important, well, to me being a black male. But what can we do to fix that? I'm not really sure. I feel like there's not enough resources out there to, bring black males into this kind of into college, because I feel like the way society thinks of black males, like we're either gonna go to prison, get someone pregnant, or not do anything with our lives. So I feel like the odds are against black males.
Do you believe that there is a lack of black men represented on this campus?
As a black person, or as a perceived black person, there's only like 576 black students on campus out of the 17,618 students.
The lack of black representation affects every aspect of UCSB, and just not the black community itself. It affects the black community because to look around and see a lack of black males leads to uneasiness and doubt. One will begin to question themselves. No one here looks like me. Do I really belong here? It affects, primarily speaking, the white community, because the lack of black representation would lead some to believe that blacks are not capable of attending a first-tier research institution such as UCSB, let alone thriving and achieving.
If you're not represented well, the majority of the campus perceives you as what they, from the things that they see on TV and stereotypes and such. And that poses a problem, because when they approach you based off of that impression they get, and that in turn is a problem because they don't get very positive impressions or stereotypes about my species, black males.
From my experience, many individuals' interaction with blacks on this campus is limited because of race theories, economic polarization. One's notion of black, or what it is to be black, comes from the media, which many times are simplistic distortions, or what limited contact they have had has been negative, and they choose to typecast and generalize everyone who is black in a certain way. But this image can hopefully be changed by increasing the numbers of black students enrolled at UCSB, and secondly, and perhaps most importantly, increase the overall academic performance and achievement of black students. It is not enough to be in the race, but we must be in it to win it. And
do you see or feel that you are misrepresented by way of your lack of representation?
For males, there's no male perspective of like a lot of arguments that go on campus. It's always what we think they think instead of what they actually think or whatever. And it affects the community because black males are very powerful and they have like a lot to offer in this community they don't have that experience with the black people, like the black males, to actually engage with them. So they don't know exactly what they're missing. They're missing a lot.
a lot of people don't have much exposure to black people. So their image or notion of what blackness is completely taken from the media, and it's normally a simplistic, distorted view of what a black man is. So yes, and I think even if I do try to show them that that's not the way they've been socialized, it's already ingrained in them that, wow, he's not acting like that. That's one of the few ones, but for the most part, they're all this way. And I don't know what I can do unless we increase the numbers here.
Is just a lack of diversity and a lack of awareness for white people in general. It's just that When, like, people are socialized in a certain way and they're not surrounded by diverse groups of people, they start to believe just different interpretations that the media portrays.
I believe it affects the perception of black men. Statistically speaking, there are more black women enrolled at UCSB than black men. Because we are susceptible to misperceptions, I would assume some black women buy the hype and believe that black males are incapable of achieving.
I do believe that the black men to women ratio here is much lower than it is at home. I'm from South Central LA. But I do remember being in high school, like there'd be like 1 to 5 cute guys there anyway. So it's sort of the same thing, sort of, but you could have at least, when you got out of the high school quarters, you could have went down the street and there'd be like a black guy there and be like, hey. But here, that's not an option. So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad as far as black women who exclusively date black men. They're usually dating the same 3 guys or outsourcing out of Santa Barbara. So, yeah, UCSB is lacking in the black man.
For starters, there are more black women than black men, 1.8 million more. So even if every black man in America married a black woman today, 1 out of 12 still wouldn't make it down the aisle. Let's take 100 black men. If you eliminate those without a high school diploma, those without a job, and the number of black men between the ages of 25 and 34 who are incarcerated, that leaves only about half of black men eligible to pop the question.
I've sort of adapted to the fact that there's no black men here on campus. Gotten over it. I had to, so there's no real point in sulking. It's kind of depressing, but you get over it.